Hello NBA fans, every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm counting on you to subscribe to the channel and leave your. Manager Rob Pelinka is looking to make changes to the Lakers roster to improve depth and defense. A massive trade is being suggested, with 3 new players joining the Lakers. A bold 3-team deal could give Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves the depth the Los Angeles Lakers need. The Los Angeles Lakers have reshaped their roster around Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves, making strong moves to add Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton, and Jake LaRavia. But even with those pieces, questions remain about depth and defensive balance. A new 3-team trade proposal could solve that problem, giving the Lakers the versatile supporting cast they've lacked in recent years. Los Angeles Lakers receive Dillon Brooks, via Suns, Haywood Highsmith, via Nets, Nick Richards, via Suns. Phoenix Suns receive Rui Hachimura, via Lakers, Dalton Connect, via Lakers, 2030 Los Angeles Lakers first-round pick swap, 2031 Los Angeles Lakers first-round pick. Brooklyn Nets receive Maxi Kleber, via Lakers, 2026 Phoenix Suns second-round pick, 2032 Los Angeles Lakers second-round pick. Because of trade restrictions, this deal cannot be executed until mid-October. Dillon Brooks was recently dealt and cannot be moved until September 6, while Haywood Highsmith is ineligible to be traded until October 15. Once those dates pass, however, there would be no hurdles. The Lakers get the depth they need. For the Lakers, this trade is all about depth. Brooks brings defensive edge and playoff toughness, giving Los Angeles another wing stopper to throw at elite scorers. His reputation as a pest overshadows the fact that he quietly had one of the most efficient shooting seasons of his career, knocking down nearly 40% of his threes last year with the Rockets. On a team already with Smart, adding Brooks would make the Lakers one of the most intimidating defensive teams in the league. Highsmith and Richards address another concern: reliable frontcourt depth. Highsmith has proven capable of filling minutes at the 4 or even small ball 5, while Richards gives Los Angeles another true center behind Ayton and Jackson Hayes. Both players are on expiring contracts, which also aligns with the Lakers' long-term cap strategy. Only Brooks would remain on the books beyond 2026, and even he could be moved if necessary. Brooks averaged 14.0 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 1.7 assists last season, shooting 42.9% from the field and 39.7% from deep. He will make $21.1 million next season, his third year of a 4-year, $86 million contract. Highsmith contributed 6.5 points and 3.4 rebounds per game while hitting 38.2% from 3. Richards averaged 9.3 points and 8.2 rebounds as a dependable big man who can run the floor. Together, they would give Los Angeles the kind of depth that has been missing since their 2020 championship run. The Lakers seriously need to consider this deal. This deal checks boxes for all 3 teams. The Lakers get depth and defensive versatility, strengthening a roster already packed with stars. The Suns can clear salary while adding Rui Hachimura, Dalton Connect, and draft capital for the next phase of their rebuild. The Nets collect picks in exchange for taking on an expiring contract. For Los Angeles, in particular, this could be the move that finally balances their roster. Depth has been the missing piece in recent years, and with Brooks, Highsmith, and Richards, the Lakers would have the kind of complete supporting cast that can elevate Luka and LeBron into true title contention. Lakers urged to make trade for young, promising backup center. The Los Angeles Lakers have a fairly competitive roster, but many of their fans aren't satisfied with that roster. They wish the team had some more defensive prowess, especially at the center position. New starter DeAndre Ayton is a very potent scorer and capable rebounder, but he has always been accused of giving a lackluster effort on the defensive end. Backup Jackson Hayes can block shots and protect the rim, but he's extremely limited offensively and too lanky to effectively box out, and his motor doesn't always function at a high rate. Sam Vecini and Bryce Simon talked about one potential center option for the Lakers during a recent episode of the Game Theory podcast. They mentioned Goga Bitadze of the Orlando Magic and said he would make a ton of sense as a trade target for Los Angeles, Hat Tip Lake Show Life. He's a borderline starting center in the NBA, Vecini said. He's really good on defense. He's on an amazing contract at like $8 million a year for the next 2 years, descending down to $7.6 million in 2026 to 27. Goga is such a prime target. He would make a ton of sense for the Lakers. Bitadze was mentioned as a possible target for LA earlier this summer before it snagged Ayton following a buyout of Ayton's previous contract with the Portland Trail Blazers. Orlando has Wendell Carter Jr. starting at center and Bitadze, Moritz Wagner and Jonathan Isaac as reserves. Bitadze, who recently turned 26 years of age, averaged 7.2 points on 61.1% from the field, 6.6 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks in 20.4 minutes a game last season. He can block shots and control the boards, and he's a strong finisher at the rim. He could also serve as some sort of insurance in case Ayton's lack of focus hurts the team, or in case Ayton doesn't work out at all. He will make $8.3 million this season, which could make him a relatively inexpensive get for the Lakers, not to mention a substantial upgrade over Hayes. Lakers face a Luka Doncic problem nobody is talking about. Is the Los Angeles Lakers too skinny? Luka Doncic looks like a new man. He has slimmed down over the summer, dropping over 30 pounds through a disciplined mix of diet and intense workouts. He is visibly much leaner, and looks to be more explosive than ever. Now that the initial praise has settled, a different kind of conversation is starting to bubble. Did Doncic lose too much weight? Leaner Luka Doncic raises eyebrows around the league. People around the league have started raising the question. The Ringer's Tyler Parker brought up this point. Doncic, uses those shoulders like battering rams. If he gets you on his hip, he's strong enough that nobody's going to be able to really bump him off his spot. Hopefully, he maintains enough mass that stuff is still able to be part of his game. He even added, there probably is a too skinny version of Luka. That is a fair thought to have. There is no denying that Doncic's size and strength have always been a huge part of what made him so difficult to guard. He did not rely on speed, he imposed himself. He has had a great ability to seek out mismatches. He has made it look easy to park a defender on his hip and go to work. Now that he has dropped weight, it is interesting to see if that is going to be somewhat of a negative. So far, this Eurobasket tournament has given every reason not to believe that being too skinny will cause a negative impact. Doncic has looked extremely sharp in Slovenia's tune-up games so far. He put up 19 points and 5 assists in 24 minutes against Germany. Then against Latvia, he exploded for 26 points in just one half before a teammate accidentally fell on his knee. That injury looked rough at first, but Doncic bounced back quickly and returned in the very next game just a couple of days later against Great Britain. In that game, he reminded everyone why the panic was premature. He got to his spots, and looked fully in control, dropping 28 points, 6 boards, and 10 assists in just over 28 minutes of action. 12 of those points came in just the first 7 minutes of the game. So, is Luka too skinny? It certainly does not look like it. In fact, this might be the most dangerous version we have ever seen. He seems to still have the strength. Now, he has added speed and endurance, and maybe even better defense. After last year's fatigue and an injury-riddled season, this version feels like a necessary evolution, not a risky gamble. At the end of the day, the real concern will not be about his frame. It will be how anyone in the league plans to stop him. Is Austin Reeves truly untouchable for the Lakers? Austin Reeves turned heads with a breakout 2024-25 season for the Los Angeles Lakers, and now the rumor mill has him labeled untouchable as he'll likely become Luka Doncic's backcourt partner for the long run. But is it right to assume Reeves is a foundational member of the team's future? Let's break it down. Reeves averaged 20.2 points, 5.8 assists and 4.5 rebounds across 73 starts last season. He exploded with steals, 1.1 per game, threes, 2.7 per game on 37.7% shooting, consistency, and even a 45-point game that put him in rare company alongside Kobe and LeBron. He's not just a player, the Lakers built part of the offense around him. Reeves declined a 4-year, $89.2 million extension from the Lakers. Why? It wasn't drama. It was strategy. Reeves hopes to enter unrestricted free agency in 2026, where the Lakers, or another team, would likely offer something far more lucrative, perhaps in the neighborhood of 5 years, $246 million. People around the league expect the Lakers to bring him back at $30 million plus per year, but that hasn't triggered an immediate mega deal. So is he untouchable? Not quite. Reeves himself reportedly wants to stay for life. He loves it in LA, adores the fans and sees the Lakers as home. Multiple league execs expect he'll re-sign. It's not about leaving, it's about timing and money. That said, he's not absolutely sacred in trade discussions. Rumors suggest the Lakers would move Reeves only under a very specific scenario, perhaps to land someone like Walker Kessler plus valuable picks. But trade value is tricky. His current deal, a team-friendly $13.9 million next year with a player option in 2026 to 27, makes it tough to match salaries for another blue-chip return. You'd have to give up more to make the math work. The Lakers' cap situation complicates things. They're nearly at the luxury tax apron, if not over, and resources are tight. They've already burned their MLE and biannual exception to sign DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart, and others, so trading Reeves could free up some breathing room, but only if the return makes strategic sense. Here's the bottom line: Reeves isn't untouchable in a literal sense. He's immensely valuable, homegrown and rising in star power. But his contract and timing give both sides options. The Lakers can keep him, likely re-signing him at a premium in 2026, while retaining the flexibility to pivot if something better aligns. Loyal, skilled and ready to bet on himself. That's the real story. Austin Reeves isn't immune to trade chatter, but for now, his performance and hometown chemistry all lean toward staying put. Greg St. Jean looking forward to Luka Doncic and LeBron James building chemistry during Lakers training camp. Although Luka Doncic put up impressive numbers with the Los Angeles Lakers following his blockbuster trade from the Dallas Mavericks, it never felt like he was truly playing at his best. The combination of Doncic's return from injury, the emotions over the trade and the unfamiliarity of a new system and team all provided challenges for the star. Doncic still managed to lead the Lakers to the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, but the team was routed in the first round by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, Doncic enters the 2025-26 season with a body as well as more experience playing under head coach J.J. Redick and alongside LeBron James. Doncic and James showed natural chemistry on the floor despite not having any previous time together, so there's optimism that there's more upside to the pairing. Lakers assistant coach Greg St. Jean believes training camp will be beneficial for both Doncic and James to continue building chemistry with each other and the rest of the team, via Edvinas Jablonskis of BasketNews.com. The idea of Luka having an opportunity to play in training camp with us is going to be critical, and getting this team to build their chemistry and work together. This season, we're poised and excited to have a training camp together, St. Jean told Basket News. LeBron and Luka being able to spend more time together, we think, will be really positive for both of them and obviously our team, he concluded. Not only will training camp give Doncic a better understanding of the system and his teammates, it will give him and James more time to gel as a duo. Both are top-tier playmakers with size, so Redick and the coaching staff will be able to have an offensive engine on the floor at all times. Doncic and James connected on numerous highlight reel plays last season, but more time together lends itself to even more possibilities between the two. Doncic called playing alongside James on the Lakers as an amazing experience, and fans will surely be in for a treat when the 2025-26 season officially begins. LeBron James supportive and understanding of Lakers shift to Luka Doncic. LeBron James' partnership with the Lakers reached a tenuous point at the beginning of the offseason when he seemed to passively-aggressively suggest the franchise should still cater to him. Some initially took it as a soft trade request, but James and his representation denied those allegations. Since then, it seems like James has processed everything and is indeed supportive and understanding of the Lakers' shift to Luka Doncic.